So hello. Now, today, I'm actually getting a little bit emotional that we're at this stage. So today, I'm realizing a dream that honestly, a few years ago, I wouldn't have even dared to dream so big. It is my honor, pleasure, and disbelief in equal measure to introduce you to our new bunker at Yas Marina. So, as the name would suggest, this is one of our new homes out here in the UAE. It's also based on the Yas Marina circuit. We are in Team Villa number 11, which is one of the largest villas in the Formula One pit lane. We're going to give you a walk and talk of all of this shortly. And it's also my pleasure to announce at this stage that we have partnered with Octanium Experiences. They are our partner out here who have been responsible for ultimately getting this over the line and, wait for it, our 6-bay pit garage. We're going to show you that in a minute. I still can't believe the words which are leaving my mouth. And that's the real reason that we've been out here in the UAE for the last 6 weeks. It's been working with our team from Bunker Group and the Octanium Experiences team. I can finally share the most incredible news that we will be developing some of the world's most incredible automotive events, starting with bringing the Mille Miglia to the UAE for the very first time. More on that soon. Let's give you the tour. Okay, so one of the other reasons we couldn't bring this announcement to you sooner was there was a little event called Formula One on about 2 days ago here, and we didn't have any access at all. So as you can see, the teams are all now cleaning out their gear. So we've just walked past Mercedes, and awkwardly now we're walking past Red Bull. That must have been fun. Right behind us here is McLaren, and the whole list goes on. But something that's made me really proud is a very special team which occupied our pits during their time here for the Formula One Grand Prix. Okay, so the pits, hyper cool, but this is really where the magic happens. So, welcome to our clubhouse, our HQ. There's offices upstairs, but this is the villa. This is Team Villa number 11, and just behold the size of the place. Look at the scale. It's 3 stories tall. There's only 2 villas in the whole of the F1 pit lane which have extra stories on top of them, and we'll show you why that's special when we go outside and upstairs on the terrace shortly. But first of all, you're probably quite rightly acknowledging that, yeah, the environment's a bit weird, right? And so at this point, we got to acknowledge that this whole place needs a refit, complete redesign, rebrand to be really fitting of holding some spectacular events here and doing some filming here. So it's now my pleasure to announce an incredible partner of the channel for 2022 called Equus. So you're probably not familiar with Equus just yet, but if you are familiar with the bunker back in Bicester, back home, they actually did the complete design and fit out of that location, which has been a phenomenal studio for us. It's set the sort of tone and brand feel for that particular location, but we're teaming up with them on future projects. Now, Equus, as the name may suggest, sort of originally started out building really super high-end equestrian facilities, but the demand has grown off the back of the bunker and other interesting environments that they're looking to develop brilliant garages and just fantastic locations. Basically, if you can dream it, these guys want to achieve it for you. So we're really interested to see what we end up with. We've got some great ideas, but as always, the channel is massively about you. After the full walk and talk, ideas, questions, comments below. How do you think we should fit this out? And just like the bunker project and just like NVN London, we're going to start with this not quite blank canvas, but we're going to start with this canvas and completely change the whole fit out and feel of the place. So when we hold events here and when we're filming here, it's going to be such an amazing environment to be in. I mean, what is this stuff? This is definitely original chainmail. I don't know what this is for. I mean, let's not beat around. This purple fabric is wonderful. right now the place is all up in the air. We've just got this table here with all of our gear all over it, TVs randomly placed. One thing I will say about this particular building and why it's so special in this pit lane is that during F1, it's reserved for the FIA. So this is where all of the sort of high-end conversations and controversial topics take place. Probably around this table right here, in fact. How cool is this? Now, I'm not sure if the microphone's doing its job, but already, Equus, if you're listening, we need some sound deadening in here. We need some optimization because it is a reverb chamber. But anyway, this is just an amazing space to have. We're thinking about installing simulators in here, just make it an incredible environment for anyone who comes here, but also, as we mentioned, a backdrop for filming. But of course, it also doubles up as the Octanium offices as well, which are our partners out here to activate some seriously special events. Speaking of events, come and check out this commercial kitchen, which needs some love for sure. We've got the keys this week, so we're in here effectively to share it with you, take you along for the journey. We learned a lot sharing with you the journey of MVN London, which was a blank canvas, and the before and after. So remember this space, and hopefully we can fill the fridges with something more interesting than nothing. Now then, I reckon we head upstairs. We do have an elevator over there, which is nice, but we need to take the stairs, and we need to show you guys the stairs so that you can comment on some ideas. Is this the lights here? I'm literally still getting to understand this place. So we're thinking color themes, different materials, probably the stairwell full of photography. And then up here is more for the office area. Here we are. It's huge. This reception area will be cool. Now, annoyingly, to open the blinds as they exist, we have to pull on a string down there. But I reckon some electric blinds would help because it's going to be difficult to move these apart from up here. But this overlooks completely out onto the pit lane, and then the other side overlooks onto the marina. But we'll probably save that view properly for when we go upstairs on the deck. And then down here, I mean, this for me, because it's got so much height, I'm imagining suspending something very cool and likely to be very automotive themed, hanging from that dome, suspended halfway through here. I remember going to the Brooklands Mercedes Museum back home, and they've got this sort of floating, deconstructed F1 car which is suspended in thin air. Imagine something like that there. As far as offices go with a view, not too shabby. So anyway, the view's cool, but we need to share that with you upstairs. So there's actually an office. I don't know why there's a gap here. There's this gap here that goes in to the next office, which is a substantial office. So yeah, lots of space, but importantly, you're probably wondering, why do you need all this space? We're growing the team, and our Octanium Experiences in particular will have a lot of team hands-on developing these events, which we shall share with you more as the year unfolds. And again, I don't know why, but you can walk through the next office through here, despite the fact them being a door there. So let's go full circle. Lots of work to do, I won't lie. It's going to be a big project, but I'm excited for it. Really, really, really pumped. And now, this is my favorite part of the whole building. Not the stairwell, which is going to need some sort of paint and love, but the roof terrace. But before we get to the roof terrace, I don't know if this will open this yet or not. Yeah! I mean, every room needs love, really does. And the other thing that this room needs is some sound insulation. Once again, much more reverb than any other room. And down here we can look down on our car. We also have car parking spaces down here, which is really unique for this pit lane generally, but be able to moor up our own cars down there. Yeah, it's super, super cool. Anyway, onwards and literally upwards. I'm thinking a simulator room here maybe. Okay, this is the most incredible, I'm pinching myself in disbelief. Look at this. Yeah, so this is our roof terrace. Can't quite believe I'm saying that. Once again, think of it from an events point of view, a filming point of view. Look at the view we've got. Right now, F2, Formula 2 is currently testing for next season. I think they're working on the new tires which they're running next season. But look at the view. We've got the W Hotel over here, the circuit, the new circuit layout that runs straight under the hotel complex, and it overlooks the marina. I'm just in disbelief. I hope the camera's doing this situation justice because it's amazing. But the size of the roof, it's huge. Now, the first night that we got the keys, we actually had a barbecue up here. We had all of the team here. We had bunker team and we had octanium team. I mean, I don't know what we're going to do with all this space. It's huge. But the fact of the matter is, we ultimately want to make this a destination for enthusiasts. People who want to come not only to Yas Marina, but to the region. We want to put together events where people can go on driving tours and experience the very best of the region. The idea is to be this one-stop shop concierge to make your wildest driving dreams come true and everything else that this incredible region has to offer. So if you're a small group or a big group, we can accommodate some really exciting stuff. And then the real tip of the iceberg, which is what makes this building completely unique, is the third story. Now, there's only 2 villas in this whole complex with an extra story up here, which is this one and that one. Join me. So, as if we didn't have enough roof space and enough of an incredible view, you can get extra elevation and more space. Look at the view now. The sun, it's around about 4 o'clock now. Sun sets this time of year around about 6:30 when the light changes here, because that hotel, anyone who watches Formula One, it's one of the most iconic circuits on the whole Grand Prix season, and that hotel visually is covered in LEDs and the whole circuit comes alive at night. It takes on an entirely different life. And as you can see, if we look here to the left of me, that is our neighbor with a third tier here. But if we look over here, you'll see the remaining villas all drop down one layer. So to say that we're fortunate to have this spot is an understatement. We're also planning things in different parts of the world too. It's not just going to be here. This is phase 1. Bunker back home was a kind of proof of concept. It was dipping our toe in the water and finding out if it works. And then we thought, you know what? We like this thing. Let's turn it up to 11, and here we are. Seamless transition back downstairs. Amazingly, I forgot that we also have a downstairs terrace outside. Once again, the whole space is really about activating epicness and really having lots of different locations to film, immerse you in, keeping it fresh. It also goes all the way down the side there and opens up into the pit lane. And one final thing, don't even get me started on boats. I mean, cars get out of hand enough, but boats, yeah, that's a different thing. If you want to see some boat content, let me know. Or don't, because it might do me a favor. Okay, so that is obviously incredibly exciting, but just maybe what's across the road here is even more exciting. As we touched on earlier, F1 are literally pulling everything down. They're deconstructing. We're a few days after that F1 race. In fact, I don't think we've spoken as an audience yet. Comments below. What did you think about that controversial last lap? It's probably one of the topics that may have stirred up the most conversation that I've had in quite a while. All right, as if I wasn't in disbelief about the villa, behold our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pit lane garage. It's unbelievable. Now, for a spot of context, and we know we love a spot of context of this channel, Yorkie, if you go all the way to that back wall, I'm going to go all the way to this back wall. It's just ridiculous. So based on the size of the Senna punctuating the sort of halfway point there, it wouldn't be a far stretch to say that we're probably going to be able to fit about 30 cars in here. And that's the point. We're going to be building bunker sort of theme over there inside. So at the back there will end up being the sort of studio area, or it might be over there. And we also have a spot where, as you can see here, we can keep cars. Now then, let's show you on the other side, because this really is where the magic happens. This might just be my proudest moment online ever. So here we go. So nothing says cool like having Ferrari use your pit garage. So where we parked the Senna right there was literally where Carlos Sainz would have began his race, out of the pits. So special. And in order to sort of really contextualize this, from 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 to 28, they're all ours. I'm going to open them up for a bit of context. Also, in fact, let's just head over here real quick. Check out this. Right now, Formula 2 are testing. Can't believe we have a home here. I cannot believe it. Gonna have to get one of those for sure. We're gonna need some mobility around here. It's like a small city. Yeah, so that gives you a better idea of the scale of it. I don't know what we're gonna do with all this space. Maybe invite Yuki Tsunoda back and Pierre Gasly, Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc. That would be a track day, wouldn't it? That would be a track day. So yeah, this is us. This is our pit lane. I mean, look, there'll be times when there's racing here and we can't access it all the time, but the general vibe is the access to the track will be quite regular from what I've heard. We'll also be joining regular track days here too. And there'll be private slots where if we want to do something specific with a car for a review or something, we can punctuate that adventure with F2. Unbelievable. Just blown away, absolutely blown away. Every little helps, but I mean, just come and check out our pit lane floor right now. It's just cable ties and rubber and bits of foam and all sorts, but we didn't want to filter this out. It's real. You're on the journey. We're with us, and this is the aftermath of a garage after F1 has left it, such as the intensity of it all. And I'm still trying to wrap my brain around the amount of boxes here. It makes me anxious looking at the amount of equipment that F1 turn up with. It's logistically unbelievable.
Internationals in the springtime. Well, there's a long ball through, and oh my God, an insane goal! I've just seen the most insane goal I have ever seen on a football pitch.
All right, so Formula 2 stop testing. We have an empty track. The sun is going down, and it's probably my favorite time of the day to be on track. That sort of warm air sunset. So we're going to take off, and the next time you'll see us, it's going to be out here on track. As always, thanks so much for watching. We shall see you next time. Ciao.